Hello everybody, and welcome back. I'm Conquest, and this is the MUNDUM status campaign. I believe I called it the wrong thing at the beginning of the last episode, but oh well. I like that the name of our two converting vassals, quote-unquote converting vassals, of course, who don't convert anything because they're useless. I checked, the Kingdom of Africa, by the way, they've taken zero religious ideas. Wow. So good. And they have freaking generic ideas, so there's no conversion strength in there either. Bah. Humbug. They should be like colonial nations. I don't know how doable this is, but they should be like colonial nations and client states. If you're not familiar, client states and colonial nations have a preset list of ideas that they will take in order. If they could do that for these countries as well, that'd be awesome. But yeah, I like that our names all kind of line up. I don't know why our name keeps staying here. I think we have to conquer more of the Caucasus and Eastern Europe, and then we'll have like a big name. Everyone knows the font game is the most important. So, as you are probably aware, if you watched the last episode, we have a vast quantity of overextension, currently 755. It's causing serious financial woes, as well as a bit of a rebel issue, although, I mean, that's not a direct causation. So we're going to let the war exhaustion tick down quite significantly, I think. We need that to tick down before we declare any more wars. But I'm not going to do a long period of peace, because that isn't how world conquest works. We're still going to crush down here and take most of Eastern Africa for ourselves. I will be trying to core as fast as humanly possible. We're currently generating as many admin points as we as many admin points as we possibly can, and we're going to be pouring them all into coring all this wonderful land. For the next idea group, because we're not that far off, if we were to actually start generating admin points for tech rather than coring. Let me have a look. So it's between scholasticism and representative, in my mind. Influence. Does influence not give integration cost down anymore? No, it doesn't. Maybe that's in one of the ones I already took. Where have they put that? Is there no such thing as cheaper integration costs anymore? Oh no, there it is. So it's in diplomatic. Okay. So representative's great. More states, which is nice. The stability increase interval is great. The national unrest is great, and the corruption's great. Scholasticism, the autonomy change is nice. Missionaries great. Extra missionary strength is great. It's got the same national unrest. It also has tech cost. So the earlier we take scholasticism, the better. So maybe we take scholastic followed by representative. Ah, but no, scholastic is admin. So we probably take representative then, I guess. We're not making any admin points. Sorry, any diplo points right now, because we're spending all of them on annexing vassals, and we will for the foreseeable future. So we might even take a military idea. Now, someone in the MT Discord was recommending mercenary ideas for the extra looting, and I should be doing this in all wars, and I haven't been. It's very foolish of me. We should be doing max looting at all times. Well, except maybe if we're in the last war against Brittany and stuff. But in all wars over here, we should be max looting, just because it makes coring cheaper if we destroy buildings, basically. Sorry about that. Missed my mute key. Yeah, so we might take... Oh, hello. I swear I had it paused. Anyway, there we go. Bunch of loot. Cool. I might even take mercenary ideas. None of the rest of it is at all useful. Well, a tiny bit of monthly war exhaustion. The leaders is okay, but the rest of it's entirely worthless. But that is not bad. We could also take like quantity ideas. We are having manpower issues. But it's not that good. I mean, 15% national manpower is not very good. Standing armies, 5%. 5% recovery speed, really not very good. The other good option would be something like logistics for speed of sieges and faster coastal sieges. That could be nice. Leadership, of course, gives you the land leader siege, as well as some other nice pip bonuses. But we'll see. It's probably going to be representative. There is a temptation to take aristocratic for the 5% admin efficiency, honestly. But I don't know how it works. Like, I mean, our multiplier on coring... Well, here, I'll test it now. Our multiplier on coring right now. So, this province, the most expensive province we currently hold, is the capital of the former country of, if, however you say that, in this area. It's got 60 development, which costs us 165. Calculator, please. That's 2.75 admin points per development. And as you can see, it gets modified firstly. So it costs 10 per development, right? Then it gets modified by our coring cost multiplier, which in this case is actually plus 22.6%. Not great. Then minus 90%. Now, can you lower it more than 90%? Because if, for example, we upped our expansion capacity by 5% by taking aristocratic ideas to get the admin efficiency, then that should be a 95% reduction at the end. So let me just save, and then I will cheat, fill out aristocratic ideas, and see if it does actually reduce the coring cost. We shall see. Back in a minute. So I did the maths, and it's confusing. First off, this shouldn't cost... Wait a minute, what? Oh, no, okay. This shouldn't cost 165. If you take 60, you times it by 10, you times that by 1.22 to increase the coring cost by 22%, and then you times that by 0.1 to reduce the coring cost by 90%, you get 73. But it costs 165. To complicate matters further, if I get 5% more multiplicative reduction, the number goes down by 9%. I don't understand, so I'm just going to ask the dev team. We won't worry about it too much, but we're almost certainly going to take aristocratic ideas next, because that admin efficiency is going to be godlike. It also saves us from spending admin points, which is good. Very good. And we're probably not going to finish this for ages, because we're not having problems with not being able to take enough land, or, you know, claim duration. This last one, like, if I can resist it, I will never take this, because obviously both of those are thoroughly worthless to us. This one will be a lot better in the next patch, in the Dharma update, that is. You know, the, what's it called? The Moogle update, I think? Yeah. We will want to take this one at some point, but not for now. And of course, it won't raise our innovativeness, because our innovativeness is capped. Very nice. How is the institution spread, by the way? Non-existent to distant provinces. Okay. So they haven't calculated yet. By the way, we took Rome and gave it back again, destroying all their provinces in the process. I also spent some of their local wealth, like half building a road, but I didn't finish. So I have managed to crush their local revenue. They no longer have a center of trade or anything, which is great, because now we have our solid 99%. And it might actually be more than 99%. We have, I don't know, 99 something or other. 99 point something or other. Anyway, I'm going to... Short period of peace. Let our war exhaustion tick down. Then I'm going to crush my way down South Africa. Sorry, Eastern Africa, that is. So I have decided, and I've lowered our centralization somewhat. Our national unrest is becoming very high, and considering I want to take aristocratic next, which only gives -1 rather than the -2 offered by representative, I decided to do that, because just running the edge on this disaster so much of the time, it's just annoying, honestly. So I have done that. I've raised autonomy in a bunch of places, which has dropped our absolutism by a little bit. Oh, we died again. There was a crash, and we hadn't died, but now we died again. I can't remember if I showed the fact we died. We have a 6 admin skill, which is glorious. We've got a son, 335, above average. I immediately smothered him, because we need higher than 3 in admin. Okay, so I've done something I should have done a while ago, which is release some vassals over here. So say hello to Wallachia and Crimea. Welcome back, both of these contenders to the world. So obviously they have their core provinces, and they're going to start coring land for us, which is going to be very helpful, given that admin points are a limiting factor right now, more so than diplo points, and more importantly, we can hold land in a vassal much longer and less expensively than we can hold land as overextended land. To that effect, I'm going to release another vassal. These guys, in fact, are going to be released as a vassal with all this land, none of which is in trade zones, except for 1 province, so we can live with that. And by trade zone, of course, I mean trade company region. And they're going to be able to hold all this land for us, which is very nice, which will substantially reduce our overextension. So that is lovely. One change I really like in Meiou and Taxes, by the way, you can use propagate religion as your trading policy as Christians, as well as Muslims, which is very nice. So we're slowly spreading the Christian faith up here and down here via our merchants, which is always nice to see. Okay, I mean, that was something like a period of peace. We've got a lot of coring going on. Plus, I've managed to hand off a bunch of land over here in the Middle East, which is excellent. We've got all kinds of coring going on up here. That, I believe, is the final European province that we need to core. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Of course, we still need to call these European provinces and these European provinces, but they are not our concern for now. For now, we shall go against the Africans. We're going to conquer some land down here. Ghana split off, so we'll conquer them. Alwa, Wasangali, Swahili, all this good stuff. Marvellous. Let's get to it. You know, it's annoying when your game crashes, right? But there are some funny occurrences. So, for example, this advisor has died 3 times, and it's crashed every time. And not at the same date, just different dates. It crashes, and this beautiful man, this Friedrich here, he just comes back to life. I've replaced you so many times. She got the job once. He got the job once. Good Lord. Hopefully we'll make it through this time. As you can see, you know, we're back in time a bit. These wars have not been declared, but there you go. Oh well. Wait a minute. Admin efficiency modifies aggressive expansion? We have a minus... What is that? 92%? And if we had maxed out prestige, 100%? We can get 100% less aggressive expansion. And if we get a bit more admin efficiency, we can get it easily. That's hilarious. But there we go. Our first foothold in India. Huzzah. Beautiful. Make that trade company. Look at that. And it's a quarter of the cost of core. Phenomenal. I got that just so that we could land troops prior to declaring war. Because this is all wasteland. I don't really want to walk through wasteland. Presumably the supply limit here is trash. Let's just take a look. Which is supply limit? There it is. Yeah, it's 0. Coastal desert, so 0, 0, 0. So I'd much rather land people from ships here. By the way, we are saving up right now to build the Suez Canal here in El Suez, well-named province. That's going to take 12,000 ducats, but we are on the way, making 100 ducats a month. Right, so I guess it's time to redeclare those old wars that got invalidated by the crash. So I'll do that now. Cool. Oh, another strategical level decision that I've just made. We are not going to core any more land until we have... Wait for it. This. We're not going to core any more land until we have finished aristocratic ideas. Because it's just inefficient use of admin points. And now I think of it, I really shouldn't be annexing Toulouse. We're only going to lose 7 Diplo points if I cancel that now. Because we should be saving the Diplo points for that idea group so we can fill it out instantly. So in fact, useful trick, by the way, if you want to stop annexing somebody, do this. Now Scotland hates us and our annexation will not progress. You do have to leave the... diplomat there, but that's not such a big deal. We've got plenty of diplomats, more than we really need. Okay, so we will store up Diplo points. We will get our admin tech up to snuff. As you recall, we get our next idea group at Tech 36, which is just about to be not ahead of time. So I should have just done this a little bit earlier, but that's okay. We don't want to abandon any of these. I have considered each idea group in turn as to whether or not I want to abandon it and concluded that none of them should be abandoned. We are definitely going to take scholasticism before representative, which both are aristocratic, but before representative because we really need the piety. Our piety is only 20% right now, which sucks. We need to increase that dramatically. But anyway, back to the African wars. I wonder. Policy towards our native neighbours. We just took 3 provinces here to allow us to core them, form a colonial nation, then give it all of Mexico. Same deal as down here in Brazil, which is very nearly done, by the way. Looking forward to another huge war against Brazil, who of course is like the freaking papal state. Papal state's just desperately allying the last vestiges of Catholicism. Good Lord, stop it, papacy. We are running out of time. Maybe we aren't going to make it. We have 200 years. We might make it. It's gonna be freaking close. Anyway, policy towards our native neighbours, obviously conquer them. Duh. So apparently I wasn't recording for the last 3 hours. Sorry about that. That's rather annoying. Not a huge amount has changed outside of, yeah, we own Brazil. That's pretty cool. So we're getting more merchants from that. We also... Oh no, the game crashed. We're at war with Castile. I had already annexed them, but that's fine. We're at war with Castile. We're going to vassalize them, then feed them this land up here, and see what we can do to make them start colonizing North America for us. We also have a whole load of land in Africa, and I'm just about to start preparing men for our first foray into the Emerald Subcontinent. We're going to India, boys. We're going to the Sind people, specifically. I imagine their military tech is hot garbage. Yes, indeed. So we should have absolutely no problem. We are at 37, so we have almost a 10 tech advantage. That's ridiculous. So we should have absolutely no problems crushing our way through India. Coring costs are extremely low over here. We're going to take only choice, basically only coast for now, because we need to prioritize making more money. I'm really hurting on income right now. We're only getting, 80 ducats a month. I really want to build the freaking Suez. I've been trying for so long. We're getting there, but it's taking a hell of a lot longer than I would like to actually get this done. So we will see what we can do to grab some lovely trade ducats out of India. Right, let's get back to it. There we go. Castile all annexed except Puerto Rico, which is now our subject of Castile. Beautiful. We're going to abandon one of these colonies because we only need 3 in this area. In case you're not familiar, there is a separate one for Cuba and Hispaniola, and then this I think is a trade company region, interestingly enough. Right, so now we're just going to kill some natives up here, feed their land to Castile, then subsidize Castile, and they should colonize North America for us. Beautiful. Now, Castile obviously hates us because of aggressive expansion, but in 100 years, they'll have got over it, and that's plenty of time before the end of the game, so should work. Okay, here we go. It's time for our first land war in India. First of many, I hope. We will make landing here in Dubai, and we shall march through Sind. We shall drive them before us, and we shall core their land at 75% off. Glorious. So ironically enough, when we actually finally get the next tech level and get our idea group filled out almost immediately, and we get this admin efficiency, the first place we're going to core is going to be India. We're going to core India before we core any of this, because I assume it causes the same amount of overextension, even though we have 75% off on the coring cost. So it'll still be causing huge amounts of overextension over here. So we're going to core this first, weirdly enough. I did a little war here against I just gave the Castilians 1 province. We are now subsidizing them, so they should be making a healthy profit. So hopefully they will now start colonizing this land for us. If we're lucky, we will see them start to do that. It's possible I should have left a colonizer alive. Like, Portugal, take exploration. I don't think vassals ever take exploration ideas, though. So it's not really something we can hope for. I'm also sending some men over to do a massive loot war against the various Mesoamerican types here. They're going to do a huge loot war, conquer it all, and then once these 3 finish coring, it'll all flip over to our new colonial nation. And then I shall send them south, and we shall do very much the same thing. To Cuzco, I'll take 3 provinces, start them coring. When they're almost done coring, I'll declare war and occupy a huge amount of land. Glorious, but for now, India. All right, the men have arrived. Let's do this thing. Hello, Sind. How you doing? You got a bunch of allies. Are any of them on the coast, I wonder? No. So we're not interested in fighting them just now. We're just going to start by taking coastal land. We're going to plow our way around. Now, do we need to worry about coalitions? Now, if we got China in range, because if you look, I recognize these names. These are Chinese names. So when you get outside of us and China, the highest person has 20,000 men. And it's freaking Tenochtitlan. Nice. They are Mesoamerican, if you're not familiar. Okay, and then it's back, and then it's Muscovy. So basically, if we don't get China in a coalition will not form. So I'm not going to worry about aggressive expansion at all as we cruise our way through India here. Oh, darn, there's a freaking fort there. That is very inconvenient. We're going to have to go hard on this fort. Where is this guy? Hang on. There we go. God General in position. Strongly encourage looting. We don't have the option to encourage soldiers to bring home loot, which I don't understand, because someone in the MT Discord said you get it past, like, Admin Tech 10 or something. We obviously want full tribal support during this war, just so they give us manpower. Anything else? I should disband the tribal troops and see if they give me manpower when I do that. They shouldn't, but I bet they do. I'm going to try that. That could be fun. Alright, you guys can just march down here. More men for the Indian campaign. Glorious, glorious. Right, let's get these guys done. So how many men? I mean, look at that. That's 32,000 men. It's going to be a cakewalk. Hooray! They're colonizing! Yes! It works. So, Castile, because they are running a profit, are now colonizing. They're colonizing this province right here. Fantastic, which means they're going to set up a whole bunch of new colonial nations for us to then integrate them and inherit. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So we should do the same to Portugal. Don't I have ships around here somewhere? Yeah, you guys. Come over here. Let's get Portugal under our thumb as well. Haha, nice. So you can disband tribal levies in order to get manpower. So I'm basically going to sacrifice loyalty with the tribes in exchange for a whole bunch of manpower. Nice. And they're going to keep giving us like 8,000 a year as well, I think. Which is pretty good. Okay, it's finally time. I'm going to do it. I'm going to finally make it so we get less than friggin' 90% autonomy in these provinces down here. There's so much urbanization down here. I think it's definitely worth it. So, assimilate the principality. It's going to cost 200 diplo power. We'll get a bunch of noble rebels. That is not a big deal. We should be able to crush them extremely easily. And obviously all this area is well protected by local fortifications, given its huge autonomy and therefore immense value to the nobility. So there we go. Easily done. Finally, finally, finally. Which means these will now all start ticking down in their autonomy very rapidly. -6 a month. Holy hell. And we'll get quite a bit more money out of it. Nice. Okay. Nice. Scientific journals. Which means, get ready, aristocracy. You're about to get a lot more influential. Cost to fabricate canes, no one cares. Diplo relations could be useful in terms of establishing vassals and things. Local nobility, a little bit of legitimacy, never hurts. National risk -1, very nice. Cab flanking, who cares? And unfortunately, we are going to have to wait a bit for the final two. Most importantly, of course, admin efficiency +5%, and leaders without upkeep. Not to be underestimated, that essentially means more siege pips on the field at all times. So, that's always nice. I wish this was income from subjects. Then we could productively use it for our colonial vassals. Or, well, you know what I mean, subjects, but oh well. We're waging war through India. I'm likely to declare war on this whole coastline pretty soon. I don't think I have any reinforcements on the way. I'm pretty sure this is the complete Indian task force right now. 6 armies, 16 apiece. Actually, no, there's one guy. Yeah, these guys, once they wrap up the war with Portugal, can come up north. Warring Portugal, same reason as Castile, just establishing a colonizing vassal. I'm very absent-mindedly waging war in Mesoamerica, but that's okay. It's not a high priority target right now. Mostly, I'm just looking forward to India. Now, India, it's incredible. Look how much these freaking provinces cost. My good lord. I know I said I'd only take the coast, although maybe that was off camera, so I'm probably going to take something like this. This looks pretty good. Only 71% overextension. Wow, it was higher than that before we started sieging. We're doing damage. Where's the local wealth? Oh, good lord, this place is wealthy. I am really looking forward to getting my hands on some of this yearly revenue. Does local wealth? No, local wealth just increases. Yeah, it's a shame. I was going to say, does local wealth bypass autonomy? But it doesn't, unfortunately. It just feeds into the tax income. Okay, awesome. Let's keep the sieges going. We're just sieging inland mostly so we can piece these guys out. So like Punjab, I've done a siege against you. You willing to just give me war reps and push off? Wow, look how rich these freaking Indians are. All right, we're going to siege them down a bit more so we can take some more money off them. This place, it's so developed. Like, look at this. Now, it doesn't really show up very much, but you can see, you know, this whole area here, apart from Constantinople, this entire region, everywhere except Lombardia and Egypt, is essentially red, right? Red and dark orange. And then you go to India and you start getting yellow, 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 yellow. Look at freaking Kathmandu. It's insane how developed some of these provinces get. That's the continent. Which continent is this? India, right? So yeah, the continent, India subcontinent, Central India. Interesting. But the capital of culture in India right now is Kathmandu, which I find quite funny. And then you start to look over at China and you go, holy hell, we have our work cut out when we have to be taking places with 82 development and 96 development. Good lord. But that's all right. We'll get it done. We'll get it done. I'm very concerned about time. But this is usually the point in a world conquest where I'm very concerned about time. It's just as you breach into Asia, you've wrapped up Africa, you begin your excursion into the New World. Obviously, Europe's under wraps, and that's when you start to really worry. And usually I can make it happen. So we'll see. We'll see. Hooray! Nice. Manufactories. This changes everything. And it's in Liguria. Bringing our total up to 4 institutions spawned in our capital. Hell yeah. All those free Monarch points. Beautiful. We might be the only manufactory holder in the world. Like, we might be the only person in the entire world in the manufactory. Oh, actually, we have 2. And the second one, they built it in Cremona. Not, say, Liguria. Bizarre. Anyway, is that right? Let's take a look at some of the biggest cities over here. Hang on, let me take a look. No, after looking, they don't have any manufactories. Oh, I didn't check Kathmandu, though. That shining city of culture. No, it's Craftsman's District there, too. So we, I think, have the only 2 manufactories in the world. Nice! Which means we get the wonderful institution spawn. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We embraced... No, we actually haven't. Globalized trade is still barely present anywhere. Good lord. Wait, that can't be globalized trade. Oh, good lord. So we're going to get some quite serious penalties, unfortunately. Why is it not spreading via my culture centers? That's got to be broken, right? How long has it been? I don't get a date? That's unfortunate. I don't know when it spawned, but it really should be spreading to all these centers of trade and things, shouldn't it? That's very bizarre. How long has it been spreading? Like, how high has it got here? It's going so incredibly slowly. At least it's going to Pisa a little bit quicker. What do you mean a country that has embraced globalization? Oh, it has embraced. Right, right. God, that's a slow ass spread. They need to... Institutions are not very good in Meiou and Taxes, in my opinion. The inability to develop and the fact that they essentially never spread. Like, look at Central India. Look at this rubbish. They haven't got any institutions in Central India. Does Kathmandu? At least Kathmandu has banking. Banking, but not legalism. Sorry, but not meritocracy. My lord. Yeah, I think these need looking at. But that's alright, we can afford to pay the tech penalty. Sieges, of course, proceed as normal in India. We're doing very well, wiping them out. Najur, who is a country very fond to my heart, of course, with their wonderful achievement in the vanilla game, is sieging us down, but we'll get it under control. Oh, occasionally I am a dumb man. The reason we're having so many freaking rebellions right here and right here is because there's no port, obviously, which means they automatically get nightmarish communication. I am a fool. Alright, we need to build a level 1 trading port in both this province and this province, and that will sort it out. I'm glad I've cracked it, but my lord, I should have figured that out so much sooner. It's been like 30 years of endless rebellions. Ugh. In the meantime, since you last saw me, we've made rather serious gains in Mexico. Those gains will continue, because I won't stop declaring 1 more a month until the game makes me. We are also making serious gains in India. As you can see, we have a sizable amount of money here. We've opened our first successful Indian trading company, which is giving us an extra merchant from Kutch. And we are making serious inroads into Jaunpur here, who are going to rip a bunch of land out of. We're very close, very, very close indeed to noble officers. And all is well in the empire. Ooh, excellent development. Zhao has rivaled us, which means we get to rival them, which means we get to kick the crap out of them, which means we get to have power projection for the first time in freaking history. Excellent, excellent news. I look forward to looting you into the ground, Zhao. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Hey, big moment. 1,000 overextension. See if we can make 2. 1,000 overextension, followed immediately by crash. Oh well. Okay, and there we go. That is enough diplo points. Noble, the nobility naturally rises to leadership during times of war, for good or ill. If we make a point to encourage proper military training in the upper classes, we are likely to have a better supply of able officers. Thank you very much. This will substantially reduce our overextension. Very, very nice. Extra 5% expansion capacity. When is our next boost from technology? At 39. Oh, God. So the question becomes, do we core or do we get to take 39? 600 a pop. We are one and a bit of the way there already. That's a tough one. I think we tech. We have to tech. It's going to be 13 years. Still. 13 more years of no coring. And with the rate of expansion in India, that is going to be it's going to be tough. Not to mention our new Mexican possessions. And there's a mistake. Mistake made by yours truly. Only 2 of these 3 provinces are in colonial Mexico, which means that we won't get a colonial nation in this area until this province cores, very unfortunately. It also means I'm going to seize this province from Castile, conquer and core this province, and that'll give us a Central American colonial state. That is... that's so annoying. Alright, well, I'll compromise. I am going to establish my 2 Caribbean colonial nations right now. There we go. That will do it. But I won't do any other coring. Another merchant. Nice. What was that from? Ah, of course. The Khotan one. Oh, by the way, remember we had level 3 stability? Yeah, that was fun. This freaking plague, this global plague you see it before you, which is mild over there, but I assure you not mild in Europe, has lost us 2 stability. It started freaking Mexico. The plagues that start in Mexico should not be able to spread to the old world. The plagues that start in Mexico are designed to simulate smallpox, which the natives have never been susceptible to. That should not be able to spread to the old world. We live with cows. And we've had smallpox before. The West should be able to handle a smallpox epidemic. They should at least have a substantially less bad reaction than this freaking severe plague nonsense. But oh well, oh well. Very happy to have completed that officer's tree. Also, our income is managing to go up quite substantially, even with my massive rate of expansion, which means as long as we can hold the manpower, and obviously we're having trouble with manpower, the estates are providing most of it through just demanding manpower. In fact, I think we might be able to do that again right now. No, not yet. Not for a bit anyway. Okay. Yes. We also are regularly hiring full tribal support and then disbanding it all to get manpower, as well as the 10,000 we get per year from having the tribal support raised. I've relocated this rebel suppression detachment. These guys can now return to here. Good. Okay. I think that is you all caught up on the situation. Now that we have got all those Diplo ideas, that means it's time to begin integrating Scotland again, because we can afford to spend Diplo points on something other than ideas. Excellent. All proceeding more or less to plan, but the plan has slightly shifted, because we will now not do any coring until Tech 39. Cool. Marvellous. Holy crap. Straits of Hormuz, last time I checked, we're diverting 4 ducats north, 4 ducats west. Ha ha ha. No wonder we're starting to make money. We're ripping it out of this glorious plague-ridden subcontinent with 75% less coring cost. Ha ha. I'm happy again. I was annoyed. I was annoyed about the plague. But I have recovered. I have recovered my joy. We need to crush the Caucasus as a matter of urgency, because the lack of control of the downstream of the Strait of Hormuz means we're going to lose some north, even if we don't pull it north. So, wait a minute. They're each increasing value, outgoing value by different amounts. So how much is it happening when we have 100% of the control? Hang on. Moving the trade map mode is a delicate task. We increase it by 6.5%. Okay. And these guys increase it by 6.5. So how are people... Does anyone understand what affects the amount? Because it would make sense, right? You had 50% of the trade power, you can only apply 50% as much increase of the value. That makes perfect sense to me, but that's not what's happening. Because Kyunlu is applying the same amount that we are. I don't understand that at all. Huh. Interesting. Anyway, we are rolling in the trade ducats, and once we start transferring that this way, that's going to be even better, because now we won't lose a huge portion of it up here. We're losing a substantial amount up here, probably 12 ducats or so being lost there. Excellent. We can almost afford the Suez Canal. Marvellous. Which is going to make transport from Europe to India much easier. Although I was thinking about this, and really that's not as useful as it is normally, because we're essentially not going to Europe. Like, the only people that go in Europe are this army and these two armies, this one and this one, because they're doing all of our rebel suppression. And they're enough, really. So except when we need to go against Muscovy, it's not that helpful. However, it will help with communication efficiency, which I believe can pass through the Suez. Not that we're really communicating much down here. And since it's all in trade company, I don't care about the communication efficiency that much. By the way, we need to build a commune hall here so that we can build a level 2 dock. We've got a level 2 dock being built here. 2 if you count, 0 and then 1. Marvellous. Okay, almost finished our Conquest of Paradise Wars. Just 2 more, this guy and this guy, and then we're truced out with everybody. And we can start thinking about the Incas. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. Bye-bye, Protestants. It's been good. Now we'll just have to work on the French ones, and then we'll have a truly beautiful layout. Why can't I convert this province? Excuse me. I have a free missionary. Hello. They are my vassal. Excuse me? Why can't I convert that province? Oh, well, not that important. We'll do this one instead. Look at that. Glorious. So much for the Protestant Reformation. What's Reform desire? Just out of interest. 104%. Nah, it's crept up a little bit. Oh, well. Oh, well. Oh, yeah. Oh, I have an idea. We can do the Kerala Colonization Act, or the Lapmarken Colonization Act, which gives us a colonist, which is designed to colonize up here. This being Kerala, this being Kerala, and this being Lapmarken, I believe. Lapland. Yeah, that would make sense. But we don't have to use it up here, right? We need to set our native policy, which will, of course, be coexistence. Could we just send it over here? North America can only... Aww. Oh, yeah, Diptech 40 we can, though. That's not that far. Hey, nice. We don't need Castile and Portugal. We can colonize it as soon as we get Dip 40. Sweet. And that's only what, 5 techs? It's going to be an age, because we will have to integrate all these guys first. Cool. Well, I shouldn't have taken that policy, because it's going to waste Diplo points, which of course are the thing we're short on. But that's okay. We can colonize this area. What about African Trade Company provinces? Need Dip 40. What did that say? Traditional African methods of expansion are not suited to this area. What does that mean? Oh, I guess it means you require technology to make it habitable or something. Anyway, so we can't colonize there. How about the deserts? Just make sure they checked it, thought of everywhere. They thought of the deserts. Where else might be colonizable? Arabia. Yes, we can colonize Arabia. And here. Very cool. Okay, so we'll have something to put this this guy to use. I really didn't want to take colonization ideas. Oh, yeah! It'll let us reach this bastard. We have to be Diplotech 50, but fantastic. I'm going to share that with the other guy doing a world conquest, Pel, who's doing it as Korea, because he thought we were going to have to take naval and expansion ideas, but we don't. We can just do these policies once you own this area. Nice. Okay, well, I'll start using this colonist then. That's why we can't convert this province. They're reformed, which is a recent development, I believe. Stop that, blues. Okay, this is a big moment. This is our final war of quite a while. 115% overextension, 155 aggressive expansion. Not enough to put Zhao in a coalition against us. Boom. Which means, after a long period of warfare in India, the Empire of Two Continents is at peace. Which means we get our loot pop-up. I'm pretty sure this is going to fund the Panama Canal. In fact, I'm absolutely sure. Fire that loot pop-up. Noble levies return, and the tribes aren't annoyed, even though I disbanded their entire levies. Curious. Much more importantly, where's the loot pop-up? Thank you. As peace settles once again, our armies brought forth the bounty from sacked cities and villages. 32,343.169 ducats in total. Good lord. I'll take the 12 stability points and a 10th, please. which gives us a grand total of 13,158 ducats, or in other words, enough to build the Suez Canal. Hell yeah. By the way, if you want to know how nearly done the Suez Canal is, find this fabulous little guy here, hover over it, and it tells you. Assuming no delays, it'll be done in 10 years. Beautiful. Well, that was a extraordinarily long period of warfare. There is a little bit more left. I would like to clean up southern Italy. By clean up, I mean expunge it of all of these independent states. Ugh. And once we've done that, then we're going to have to do a period of great peace. Now, I'm not good at periods of great peace. I love declaring wars and expansion and glory and all that good stuff. So I have a way to force myself to have a period of great peace. We're going to go to war. It might sound counterintuitive. But what really matters about the period of peace is that we don't expand. So as long as we're not expanding, it's fine. Hey, Zhao, you rivaled me. That was a terrible idea. Zhao, your Miltech is 28. Mine is 38. Do you understand how terribly bad that is for your men, women, children, cities, trade, loot, local wealth? I mean, you're just so very, very dead. So Zhao has, let's see, can I sort by amount of men? No, I can do rivals. They have 0 professionalism. Oh my gentle Jesus. They have a -7 discipline. They have almost less than half morale. They have -42 defensiveness because their mandate's so low. They have 0% professionalism and 5% army tradition. Further, they only have 55,000 men. Oh, Zhao. Oh, dear, dear Zhao. So, in the next episode, we're going to loot the bejesus out of China. You see, let me put the map mode on. Hang on, give me a sec. So here it is. Now mark this moment in your mind. Maybe check the timestamp on the video. You'll want to return here once we've done our loot war. This is how much loot there currently is in China. And if we focus in on the big cities, there's actually not that much. There's quite a bit in here. There's a fair amount of loot in this place. There will not be, very shortly. So remember this map, because I will show this map mode again at the end of the war. And you will see that it looks not quite like that. More, shall we say, like this. With lots of it looking very, very empty indeed. While I was looking for the... whatchamacallit. It just goes off after a certain amount of time, doesn't it? Yeah. I found this decision. Unite the Rajputs. Uniting the scattered Rajput states would give us a powerful ally. If we own a whole region, a couple of people, and you have to have 1,000 total development and a bunch of other stuff, you can cede all these provinces to Rajputana, which is designed, I guess, to be an ally of you in India. Don't know why you'd want to do that, because, I mean, just release them as a vassal, if that's what you want to do. But anyway, it also says at the top of that decision, every single one of our subjects will be immediately integrated. That seems odd. So we're not going to do this, because that's obviously a bug. But I guess what it must mean is by every owned province, it means every owned province in the Rajputana region. But that is a very strangely put decision. Ooh, constitutional monarchy. We're close. What does constitutional monarchy give? Stability, less centralization, that's fine. Yeah, okay, 10% stability. Legitimacy doesn't matter, so 10% stability and 0.5 autonomy. Compared to... I do like my 5% production, 5% tax modifier. That's a tough one. I think we'll probably keep it as is. I've been lowering our centralization whenever a decision comes up, wanting us to do that, by the way, in case you're wondering why it's a little bit lower than when you last saw it. Our development, hey, we got up to low. We were at level 1 earlier. Nice. Anyway, I shall wrap up southern... in fact, I shall end the episode. In the next episode, we shall wrap up southern India and then move on to destroying Zhao. I look forward to become their tributary. Yeah, that's a great idea. Until next time, thank you ever so much for watching, and I will see you soon.